Literally is no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, Just K for real.
And we got a special guest. She back again because the video froze up.
Because of you.
Yeah, I hit airplane mode and it froze up the video. But I actually got some good clips, but it's just still frame pictures that I clipped up. So I appreciate you coming back. So I guess talk about this new what is this?
It's the gold nuts basket.
Okay.
So
is it like on Amazon? Or
hype it up.
No, not yet.
Give me hype.
Not yet. So it has like the gold nuts boxers in it, gold nuts socks, the gold nuts spray, the mobster deodorant, gold nuts wash, and it's everything gold nuts.
All things gold nuts.
All things gold nuts. Girls go nuts. Especially when you got the boxers and the boxer briefs and the socks with it. Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me sell it.
I got it. You want
No, let me hold. Don't open it.
Oh.
No, I just want to sell it.
Boxers out. Yeah,
oh, you want to pull them out? Oh, yeah, let's see the drawers.
Let me see it first.
I'm like, I want them to be hype about this. Like, y'all gold nuts, y'all can't smell it, but it smell like that.
Oh, that ain't gonna work.
Gold nuts. Nuts are gold.
Yeah, I ain't got one.
No.
It's like a paint can. So, the top of it. But, alright.
What can people buy it from?
So, it's actually not on theclassygangster.com yet. But it will be on theclassygangster.com. Let's say next week, the second week of May. But you can also still buy everything individually on the website. So the baskets are not up there yet, but the wash, the wipes, the spray, the boxers, and the socks are up there. Everything a la carte. So
baby,
classygangster.com, or you can hit me up on my IG, and if you are local, I can meet you with the items. ms.cocotoolive, Ms.Cocotoolive, or the THEE_classy_gangster.
Can we get rid of them underscores?
I know, right? But look, I screwed up on the first one and lost my when I first did started the business. So it was like, okay.
Can we put one underscore at the end?
Or put that Philly area code on it or something.
215.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I need to start over Instagram.
No, you just changed your name.
You know I'm old. We ain't had Instagram.
Moral of the story, get your gold nuts basket, okay? It's only $100, y'all. Only $100. And these drawers is silky. And these socks is embroidered. Hello? Because it's in the stitching, okay? This ain't no vinyl screen pressing, none of that. It smell good. Your man nuts gonna be smelling good. You gonna be going down there. Men, you want her to give you the Glock 3000. Tell her to get you gold nuts because it's gonna be smelling bomb when you get off work. Okay, she's not gonna be mad because you out here being a hoe. Cause she not gonna know.
I'm glad you brought that up. Y'all ever went down on the dude who musty?
Yes.
Musty.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I stopped because I almost stood up. I cannot deal with certain things.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's like, yo, first of all, I got health issues. Okay, if I don't smell something right, I'm not gonna do it.
I know that's right.
That means it's bacteria.
Man, I'm not that tough. I'm still gonna be down there.
Man, hell no.
Yeah.
First of all, I used to get paid with rubbers anyway. So that's something used to get paid with rubbers.
I know that's right.
So but of course that don't happen all the time. But when it comes down to you smelling a little something, it's like, hold up.
Not it'll be like musty, not like chlamydia musty, but like
no, like they work. That's still bacteria. That's bacteria.
It's sweat.
It's sweat. It's
and
sweat.
Dirt.
It's still right.
Yeah, if it gets to the point where I can taste salt or some shit, I'm not. But no, I've been down there and it's giving work. Like, why the fuck? I have a reel like that, talking about that, and niggas like, oh, you're so crazy. But I'm like,
that's real.
You want your dick sucked, wash that shit.
You a team player, though. You do it if it's musty.
Right, I'll be trying to think it out.
Man.
Now my man, if I'm musty, he tell me. So I'm like, I'm not. You musty, babe.
I'm good. You a car, you doing that.
You buy me a car.
Since I made this, I done told the nigga, you gotta go use that gold nuts.
Okay? As you should. And he better buy it.
This was the dude I was fucking with. So
he needs to buy.
He had bought me a couple.
Oh,
so
I can put those in there.
But yeah, like, Gold Nuts, bathroom right there. You know, where to wash clothes and towels.
What's in Gold Nuts? It's all natural.
Yes, it's all natural. I can read the back. I can't
No.
remember everything, but there it's all like tea tree. I can tell you the basics.
Okay.
Tea tree, sage,
organic aloe vera juice,
yeah,
kosher vegetable glycerin,
yeah,
essential oils, lavender oil, tea tree oil,
and that's it. So each ingredient has different. I'm not sure which one you were eating.
This
I think
is
that's
the whites.
Okay, yeah.
Vanilla. So everything. Okay, jasmine. Come on. Okay, everything natural.
Everything is natural. There's nothing like anything artificial.
Only $100. And matter of fact, for y'all, since y'all watching, we're gonna give you a discount and you can get it for $65. Can they get it for $65?
Okay. Yep.
They can. All right, we're gonna give it to them for $65. That.
Call in right now.
Okay.
At this number at the bottom.
Okay. We're gonna put the classy gangster.
That's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna start it off with some news. And it was on a video I seen. They had some parents outraged because a Rochester, New York teacher forces black students to pick cotton and wear handcuffs in a slavery lesson. And he only let the white students refuse to do it. So,
not with that.
Give me y'all thoughts on that.
So I think I've heard about this before. And yeah, like, I don't know. Like me personally, if I was the parents or the student, I might be in prison right now because I would have blew up that cotton field. Like, I just don't agree with anybody. I've actually like driven to Florida and they have cotton fields and you could see people like that work out there on the way to Florida. So, I mean, it's not far fetched. I feel like that teacher needs to be fired and hung somewhere.
They kind of kept him like they didn't say his name, they didn't say his race.
They don't never tell us.
Yeah.
The people who doing the weird shit.
Yeah.
But when they don't tell us, we know they white.
Yeah.
That part, because they were black or
they would have told us.
Anyone of color.
They would have put him on video.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this nigga's over here having them pick cotton.
Right.
Okay, some other videos I seen. D Wade's son, who believes he's a girl, is dating someone's daughter who believes she's a boy. So kind of give me y'all thoughts on that.
I don't understand this new generation gay. Like, I'm used to the old gay, like, we could be cool type gay. You just like, flamboyant, you know. I'm not used to this, like, role switching, sex switching. That's not really, I'm not really with it. I really don't care to really understand it because I feel like it's a psychological problem. But yeah, I mean, each his own, but I can't really fuck with it. I need to know that you born man.
I think it's weird that we gotta ask that. You know what I'm saying? Like that
it's
shit
very
is.
Weird.
I don't know about like. I guess it makes sense because it's like a girl. His son is a girl now, right?
Wanna be
a girl, and then she is dating a he, right?
That was a she.
But it's like, I guess it makes sense as long as it's a she dating a he because that's what you like. I don't really care about what nobody like. Me personally, I care about what's being pushed on kids.
Yeah.
I don't like that we put in all of this LGBT stuff in schools.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that we putting it into cartoons. Kids don't even know about sex yet, but you teaching them about homosexuality. Right. So I don't care for that shit. And the fact that LGBT studies is making it into schools before Black history is making it into schools. Real Black history, not just Black history, Martin Luther King Day and Rosa Parks and stuff. So I think that's the issue that I have with everything that's going on now. Like, teach us shit that's important because they'll say that we're learning or that the kids are learning about this for diversity. what the fuck is more diverse than all the different colors? And like, this is what we're going through every day. You seeing us getting killed or us getting ran down on, and this is happening to everybody.
Yeah.
It's just promoted when it's happening to us. So talk about it, because it's everybody having the same struggle at the same time, but we just told that it's just us. You know what I'm saying? That's how you show diversity. But who cares about who you fucking? Especially if I'm in second grade.
As long as you are being open with it, because once you married to a woman and then you secretly fucking a man, now you done brought in a whole nother ballgame, and now if that bitch kill you, you can't really be mad at her.
And vice versa.
Like, yeah, right, the other way too. So it's like, I just feel like you can do whatever you want to do, but you need to be 100 if you're involving other people, or if it's infringing on other people's lives. Like, that's something that's where I have an issue with it.
Okay, so has the like y'all nieces or like step kids that might have been around, have they ever like experienced like a school like pushing like gay stuff on them?
My
like, give an example.
One, when she was 9, she's in college right now, but when she was 9, she has asked me, Auntie, is that a man or a woman? We was at a gas station. I've never asked my mom that. I don't ever remember asking my mom that, even about a gay man, and my uncle was gay in the 80s. And so, like, when it comes down to, like, the schools, even, my niece had to deal with that as well, with them having they had one person in their school who was, like, a boy or a girl that wanted to be a boy or something, whatever way it went. So they were allowing that person to use the bathroom that they felt.
No.
And I don't feel that that's okay, because I don't feel like that's okay in adult society either, because you have men out here who would act like they are a certain way just to go and rape women. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like that in society in general is an issue.
Have y'all heard about the trans person that went to jail? So
yeah, I heard about that.
And got people pregnant.
Yeah.
That's just a plain example of what you're talking about.
Yeah. They tried to put one in the cell with me. We screamed. Like, how you want to put, like, and this was like years ago.
It was like a big one or like a
I'm saying this was like a little Asian, like, but you could tell it was a man. Like, all the men were saying, don't put this thing over here, and all the women, we was all like, yo, you can't put that over here. Like, if we get into a fight with that it's still a man. Like, you still gonna get the upper hand on me.
Yeah.
So, like, no, like, don't put that thing over here.
And the men saying don't put it over here.
The men said, so you need to, this before they made a section for them. This was back in, like,
they have a trans section in prison or jail?
In some places they do, yeah.
Oh, wow.
In Atlanta, I know they do. In Fulton, they have a section.
I bet they do.
Yeah, okay.
But they are starting in other states too, doing that, which I think that's the best bet, because it's not fair for you to put that with the female, and to be real, the men gonna beat it up. So, like, you know what I mean? It's
or
not
they
fair.
gonna fuck it. That's why I'm like, they
fuck
should put
it,
it over
but
there.
it may be beating it up to even fuck it.
Yeah,
Like, you know, because just because you trans don't mean you want to be fucked by everybody either. So, like, you know, that's still rape. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But like, yeah, they just need to give them their own spot.
Well, my experience with it, a girl I was dating, her son came home and said the teacher told them to give Valentine's Day gifts to like boys too. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, you don't do no shit like that, man. I didn't go to the school or nothing, but I was just like, that shit crazy. They even pushing that shit like that.
I feel like with that, though, we used to give cards to the whole class. Like, you take your Valentine's Day, you go to CVS or whatever, you pick your little Valentine's cards out, and you get enough for the whole class.
Right.
And everybody because it comes with candy.
Yeah, candy. But you also had, I remember they specified back in the day where you had, is this for a girl or a boy? Like, you bought your girl packets and your boy packets. It wasn't necessarily like mixed. You know what I mean?
I had SpongeBob Valentine's Day cards. Those are the last ones I remember. And I know, like, they all just had different SpongeBob shit on them, you know?
Yeah, you young.
Girl, yes. Girl, yes. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have to say, like, this is going to be the boys' card, this is going to be the girls' card. They were just kind of, like, gender-neutral cards.
Right.
Happy Valentine's Day because we're kids.
I never done that.
Really? Yeah, no.
Yeah, I remember gender-neutral cards.
Yeah, like, and now everything got to be so specific, especially since these new people in power.
Right.
but they want to, you know, it got to be boy, girl, or, you know what I'm saying? It
No
has
sex.
to be a label, nothing. Yeah, like you shouldn't call it a boy. What is, it's you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's too much for no reason, especially for kids. Like, teach them how to be good humans.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're old enough to know about sex, teach them what sex is first. And then teach them the other realms of what comes with sex. Not now.
Right. And when they can choose like, what they want to do.
My mother ain't play that shit. I remember my father came in the house saying, like, I was a kid. I remember I was in elementary school and my dad was telling her one of these, a condom, in his hand. And he was like, I'm trying to see when it's time to tell her about this. And he slapped the condom on the table. My mother was like, get that shit. Put that shit back in your pocket.
Right.
She was like, you take that over there. She said to Shanae, which is my cousin, you take that over there with Shanae and them, but she don't need to be seeing that right now. Because I was a child. You don't bring no sex in front of no kids.
Right.
How old was you?
I was probably in that house. I was not older than 3rd grade, so like 2nd grade.
But kids be fucking like 2nd, 3rd grade.
That's boys. I mean, I guess if you a boy,
Who you fucking?
But y'all might be fucking like a 5th grader or some shit, 6th grader or something.
No, girls that age. Like when we used to come home from the Boys and Girls Club and shit, even at the Boys and Girls Club, like that's the first time like I fingered a girl. Like
How
it was
old was
stinking.
you?
It
was
oh my
god!
God.
Oh my god! He was young.
2nd, 3rd grade or something.
Oh my god!
Her name was Trish. She was thick as hell.
Trish was thick and musty.
Right.
Yeah, they was, you know, they was already fucking her, but they was just fingering her like up at the Boys and Girls Club. But yeah, they started young. Okay, so okay, if a person gets horny like in an argument, is that like a toxic person? And has this happened?
Yeah. That's funny as fuck.
Like, is that a toxic? I mean, it depends on, I guess, what you arguing about too. Like that's gonna have a factor in it. Like, if you arguing about something that, first of all, if you're arguing about something that probably shouldn't even be an argument, like you know, that might, I don't think that would ever happen to me because I'm such a like passionate person about what I'm arguing about. It's like, yo, I don't even want to talk to you for the next 2 hours after I argue with you. Like, just leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, you petty then.
Oh,
I said I was petty last time. Fuck me. Where was the message? Like,
it's petty as fuck.
Nah, I don't know. I think, like you said, it depends on what you're arguing about too. Because, especially, alright, so like to be petty or to be like a strong female and know what you're standing on. If he literally dead ass proves the point, that's probably sexy. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna shut up.
right.
Let me shut up.
You know what? Let me shut up or open my mouth in another way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
because you won.
You won.
My bad, Daddy. I'm sorry.
But let's be real. A lot of times, because I done had men like to argue about some of them. They the most petty creatures. For
Okay.
real. Like,
they are.
my ex argued with me about had I ever eaten a pork hot dog.
What?
I come from a Muslim city, so like it's like most of the time when I was going to other people's parties, they was Muslim. You know what I mean? So in my household, we ate pork, but we ate selective pork.
Mm-hmm.
Pork hot dogs was not a thing that we ate.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom barely bought hot dogs even.
Right.
But like when we did, they were beef.
Beef Franks.
Right. And in Philly, like, that's the biggest, like, you want halal everything.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's pork. It's not the South when it comes to pork. So, like, this dude argued with me about that. He argued with me about whether we had Raleigh's or Checkers. Because you know how Raleigh's is the same thing. And I was telling him how, like, in certain places, we started off about Hennessy. I was telling him how Henny got a different bottle of liquor for every continent or whatever it is.
Oh,
so, he was like, and I was like, well, you know, companies will, this is just a marketing strategy. Companies will cater to who they have in their area.
Yes.
So, like, just like with makeup, if you only in an area of mostly Caucasian people, you're probably not going to find my complexion in that area. You know what I mean? In a regular store.
Facts. So
he gonna try to tell me, oh, and we said, I don't know how we got on Raleigh's and Checkers. I was like, well, it's called Checkers in Philly. We only had one Rallies, and that was in South Philly with the white people. Checkers, and I'm saying it probably like because in Philly we probably wouldn't shop at nothing called Rallies. You know what I mean? Like we shop at Checkers. The name was more appealing to us.
Right.
You don't argue with me about that. Call your mom, ask your mom. Like my
Call
mom,
your
like my mom.
Call her right
Call
now.
your mom. Like I'm like, my mother has nothing to do with this situation. Like
my mother don't eat Checkers, bro.
Right? She really don't. Like real shit. Like I don't eat Checkers, nigga. Like I just know what's in my city.
Right. I live there.
For 21 years. Like
That's hilarious. Nah, men be more emotional than females, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't understand how, but I feel like that's how this world is. Like everything that is, we just sold the opposite of it.
Yeah.
Because they like, oh, females, like how they say females can't be the president and can't run the world. We came from females running and ruling. But now, oh, females are too emotional to run shit. No, y'all ass are the reason we be in war.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like it just
In the
be
middle of
impulsive shit. You like, why are we doing this? We don't know.
War generates money though. That's what it's.
That too.
That too.
And
But-
that's greed.
But if it was a woman doing it, I guarantee you it would be done in a different way than how it's been done for
Smarter.
so many. Right. And it might be more, more shit might happen too. But it's going to be done in a different way to where, honestly, I don't think it would be as much of a...
Okay. We gonna hit your ass with a
Fatal
motherfucking nuclear
situation.
bomb first. Boom. What else you want?
Right.
So don't the nuclear bomb don't it blow up like the whole
No,
world?
it blew up everything. I'm just bullshitting. I was just talking shit.
Yeah.
But I get what she's saying is like, as far as saying like, it probably be more stuff that come with it. Like, we gonna hit you hard first initially, and then you ain't gonna worry about the war. Like, why are we still in Afghanistan? We never still be there because it's over. We
Just
already
bomb
there.
the whole shit.
I mean, what probably.
And in situations like that, we mind our business more.
And a lot of times we able to finesse verbally.
Right.
A lot of the
Show a
queens
little
that you
titty.
will look up, they know how to negotiate, and that's how they held their position. We don't necessarily need to fight with you,
Right.
but men just gotta have a dick out,
Yep.
right in their hands.
Look, we take a titty out, all the war gonna be over.
Okay,
You
it's
feel me? Like,
over.
ain't nobody fighting. Everybody looking at the titty.
What's
There
up?
might be some gay leaders out here. Might be like, fuck them titties.
Look, they gonna be
that's
few and
one
far
thing I
between.
learned. Gay men don't like pussy, but they don't mind looking at titties.
Okay.
Like, because trannies got titties. They don't like looking at pussy, though.
Mm-hmm.
They look at ass even, but
They be
they
like,
titties.
ew.
They won't look at no pussy.
That's some new information. I
Yes.
don't know that. Okay, give me an example of Scat being emotional besides the that one time he called you. Give me something else.
An example of scat being emotional. I don't like as far as like tripping.
Whatever you consider emotional, whatever you be like, this nigga emotional. He doing too much.
I think a lot of things. I mean, cause I just don't think like him. Like he be like, you like a nigga, shawty. Like that's
You
him.
do act like a guy though. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that, but so a lot of things. So I don't know. I feel like one of the situations, I guess, that I don't necessarily agree with that he feel like is not shouldn't happen is the after hours thing. So like after a certain time, people shouldn't be calling you.
I agree.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't care. I feel like if somebody try to fuck me, they're gonna try to fuck me at 3 p.m., 1 a.m., 2 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what time they call me. I don't care. But do I understand, like, all right, if you got a man, don't call this house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you should be like, respect my relationship, because if my partner got a problem with it, so don't do it. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
And that's the only, I'll do it out of respect for him. But like, I got a best friend who live in California. 1 a.m. to him, or 1 a.m. to me is what, 10 o'clock? 11, 12, 1. Yeah, 10 o'clock to him. So he could be getting off work like, damn, I need somebody to talk to while I'm driving home, and call my phone. I'm not going to be like, hey, nah, I can't fucking talk to you right now because, you can't call my phone right now. So that's the thing. It's just situational to me, I guess. But it's a lot of shit that Scat will be like this about, and I'm just like, okay, I respect it because
Not
you
a
want
big
me
deal.
to. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get on this video. I don't know if y'all seen it with this pregnant girl, like she was attacking another girl, like in a like a SUV, and the girl backed up and ran over the pregnant girl, and the crowd was like, "Yeah, fuck him up, get her." So what's what's y'all thoughts about stuff like
I
that?
didn't see that one. I saw the one where the pregnant girl was hitting the girl car and she screwed her door up. Like the pregnant girl, they had jumped the pregnant girl. And
Yeah, it was two of them.
So that's the
And
same
she got
one?
away. She backed up and was like, and
she hit the girl car
hard as fuck.
Yeah, that's the same one. And then she wound up just She kept screwing up and hitting the car, but then she hit the fire hydrant.
No, I ain't see all that. After she hit her, like boom. After you hit her, like the video cut.
Oh, well, that's probably not the same one. Yeah, I don't. I mean, so it was a pregnant bitch that got hit.
A pregnant girl and her friend beating up on some girl in the SUV.
A pregnant girl and her friend beating a girl, and then the girl in the SUV ended up hitting her with
Backing up. And,
I mean, shit, you was beating up on her. She was doing what
so
is
she in the wrong or is she in the right?
The girl who hit her?
Yeah.
She in the right.
Yeah, she in the right. That female, first of all, if you're pregnant and you get out of your car to fight somebody, you put your child at risk when you put yourself in that situation. So at that point, why is it their responsibility to give a fuck more about your child than what you giving a fuck about it? Nah, if you jump out the car, let's go. That's just like if a female hit a man. If you jump out there and you hit that nigga and he hit you back, that's your fault. I used to be young, like, fuck it, like, in the fights with guys. When I was in high school, I used to love fighting niggas. What? Let's go. Can I kick it off? Let's go.
Right.
And if a nigga knock me out, like, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, I got 6 brothers. And I'm older than all of my siblings. So, like, when they come to fighting, I'm beating all their ass. Even to this day, they know, like, I know you'll smack me, Kate. So, if they hit me back, that's me thinking I'm grown, thinking I'm big enough to fight them. So, you put yourself in that situation, you ain't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about you either.
I wonder how the police gonna look at it. Like, will they say, like, well, you got away, so you should have just...
They might take her child away from her when she has it. Nowadays.
I think that baby dead. She hit that lady hard than a motherfucker.
Yeah, the baby might be
That's
dead.
a He-Man in that motherfucker. He survived that.
I mean, some of my niggas surviving fucking the umbilical cord around their neck, so that baby might survive.
Hey, I want to see this motherfucker. I want to see that baby
when they come out. But I think that's fucked up for you to, and especially if she plays that like victim card.
Yeah.
Don't play that. Oh, I'm pregnant shit,
Yeah.
bitch. You wasn't pregnant when you was doing what you was doing with your friend.
That part.
I seen that in Virginia Beach. I saw a pregnant lady jump out her car on somebody, like at a red light, and we like, oh my god, like this bitch pregnant, but she ain't give a fuck. But nobody ain't do nothing to her. It was just she got out and like smashed against the person's car, like bitch. I don't know what the lady did to her in traffic, but yeah. But at that point, it's somebody. You gotta know what you putting yourself into. Somebody could have shot you. Somebody could have beat your ass. She could have had cousins come out of nowhere, like.
And it was I seen something where it said like a lady shot a teenager in the face over like some road rage.
That happens here a lot.
Like people be shooting in
Georgia,
cars.
yeah, Georgia niggas get shot a lot over traffic. Like
I think it's an issue of you have all these different people here from different places, different terrains, learn how to drive different,
girl,
and it's not a good mix. Like this traffic here is horrible. On top of the fact that like it be accidents for places you shouldn't have accidents.
I think they do that shit on purpose. I swear.
See, I don't know if they doing it on purpose or not, but it's just ridiculous here. Like it's crazy. I hate traffic here. Like it makes me pissed off. It ruins my whole day.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, I think because I drive for a living, I be getting paid to be in traffic, so I don't be giving a fuck.
I do not leave my house if I don't have to between the hours of 3 and 6.
Where are you staying on the north side?
Fayetteville.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's another area.
Outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, have y'all ever dated someone who kind of overreacted to social media, like
Yes.
And like, give me some examples.
What about you?
Or was overreacting?
Yes, I have, and I can admit I've been the person too.
What's like? Is that you going crazy over there?
No, not over likes. Like to me, it's not even just one like. It's like a repetitive thing. You know what I mean? Like
who is this?
On
bitch?
top of the fact, like my thing is like, I feel like if a dude going like, cheat or think about cheating or something like that, at least I can't hate on you if you bring a bitch better than me. You see what I'm saying? Or a bitch that got, you know what I mean? Like is doing more than me. That may be hard for some niggas, you know what I'm saying? But that's not my fault that you having that struggle, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you cheat on me with somebody that is worse, first of all, looks worse, ain't got shit going on, that's what makes me mad. Yeah. Like, that's what's gonna make me mad. So, like, you liking a bitch picture that bitch got 8 kids living in the projects, nigga, get the fuck out my house and go stay with that bitch. You feel me? Like, that's how I feel about that shit. Like, you gonna get the fuck out. You should not go like a bitch who got something going on that might be able to help both of us.
But so you equate a like with like cheating?
Not necessarily. That's why I said it's repetitive. It's not just one like. But if you constantly going to everything this bitch posts, I see you like that shit, that's a problem. And if it's current, because it could have been past or whatever, but you could tell what's current and what's not. So that's where I say likes, because of social media is still somebody that you don't know necessarily, but it's not just one. It's got to be a history or something, and even maybe her coming back with stuff too, like you feel me, commenting on your stuff or doing things. It's one thing to support somebody else, but it's a whole nother thing if you only liking ass pictures. Like, come on, dude, like that's just blatantly disrespect.
What if that person, so like, because that's what I was about to say. What if they just supporting or whatever? But what if the person who they going back and forth with or whatever, they only have ass pictures? Like, what if it's a dancer but they supporting that person?
Okay, nigga, I danced. So like, me and you both should be this bitch friend. I support the stripper community.
As long as you know her too.
Oh yeah, that's how I feel. Like if you in a relationship, and I can see it just you just fucking this person. But if you in a relationship, I have no problem with you being my male friend. Mm-hmm. You should have no problem with me being your female friend.
Or you should invite me.
That part.
Girls, my girl, when I used to have braids, and I started messing with her, and she was like, "Yeah, I want to meet your girl." Like, and I was like, "Why the fuck would I do that?" Like, but basically, she wanted to see what her competition was, cause like she really wanted me. So I ain't with all that bringing no girl I'm fucking with around my main girl. I don't like shit like that.
Oh, she wanted to be like on some quiet shit, like
she was cool with it. She was just trying to see who she was, like what she up against type shit.
Nah, bitch, I'll show you a picture or something. But you can't. Nah, you tripping, like. Because imagine that coming back to you. Like, I imagine being this bitch. Like, imagine being your main bitch and you brought that one around just to see who she was. And then this shit backfired. She's like, oh yeah, he brought me around. Remember? This is me. We been fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be that bitch. And it's like, you brought this bitch around me?
That's like, disrespect.
That's crazy as shit.
Yeah, they'll create like a rage.
I'm gonna run you and that bitch over. Like, with and I done ran niggas over before with cars. I'm gonna hit you and that bitch because she knew what she was doing.
You gotta go.
You know what I'm saying?
Both of y'all knew what y'all was doing.
It's one thing for this bitch to not even know you got a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Or that you got a female or a wife or whatever. But for her to know and come around, yeah, both of y'all gotta go.
She was cool as fuck too, dog.
The dude who I was messing with when I was in the domestic violence relationship, right? We had a townhouse, and I'm open to, like, I'm just friendly, like, I'm cool with whoever need help, like, let's help them, whatever. So he like, yo, this shorty I knew from such and such, she need a place to stay, we got the extra room, you trying to rent it out? Yeah, because I like money.
Right.
Yes, I am.
A woman?
It's a girl, yeah.
Nah,
but not, she was young. It was a young girl, like, I'm 27 now, I was probably like 25 or something like that back. So she was probably like 21, 20 years old, some shit like that, right? So he like, yeah, can she come stay? Cool. Like, she need a place to stay, I know her from this, and that. Me, I don't really listen to everything unless it's something I feel like I gotta pay attention to, right? Mm-hmm. So as far as I know, it's just some bitch you know from back then. All right, cool, no problem. She's moving. I'm talking about I'm trying to get this bitch a job at my job, like everything. Just to later on, I go through this man's phone and it's something deleted. I'm looking. I found a video. It's somebody playing with their pussy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I go even deeper. You know, you can get into the details of the shit and it'll show you where it came from. And it's like, this person. It's the bitch in my house. Like, this bitch in my house and I'm trying to get her a job at my job and this bitch is sending you shit. Oh my God, I want to kill you. Like, you're tripping. But luckily, like, that bitch wasn't there. She never came back to my house.
Oh,
like,
wow.
When I found that shit, she was somewhere. I'm like, you're wildin'. That to be in that situation, like,
and that's dangerous.
That sound accurate though, cause I could just see it. Like that was the first thing would have came to my mind. They gonna be fucking.
He was like, his story. Nah, I ain't do shit with her, but she felt like she still had to try to entertain me because I'm doing these things to help her. But I told her, don't send me no shit like that no more, and that's why I deleted it. Da da da. Which it could have very much been true, but you got me fucked up. Like, don't have me looking stupid with nobody in my crib, nobody in my face, and then later on, this bitch like, yeah, I was fucking your nigga. Like, I'll kill y'all. No, don't play with me.
Oh, you'll go off of there.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done.
It's so much disrespect. It's so much just, because to be a kind person and to be looking out for people.
And I don't give a fuck about your kindness.
Yeah, that's what make you really turn though, like, because you be like, oh, you know, they be like, oh, you so nice, da 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 da. Then I find out you done did some fuck shit, and now it's like, you tried me, like you tried my niceness. Now I gotta show you really what the fuck it is, like,
bitch, like you ain't even met her. I tried to not let you meet that bitch, but now you gotta meet this bitch.
That part.
You feel me,
man?
Okay, I guess something you may be ashamed of that could like inspire somebody. Like you got like a prostitute before or tricked out.
I ain't ashamed of that.
No, listen, man, I got a lot of stuff that honestly I'm probably ashamed of that people could be inspired by.
Well, tell us about it.
Shit. Oh.
You trying to pick the good one?
I'm trying to really, really think about something. Cause honestly, for real, I'm not ashamed of too much in my life. Like, yeah, but like I be,
or even something that other people might be ashamed of.
I don't even know, yo. Like, you might give me another one, cause.
Now she went from I got a lot of those to I
mean, because when it comes to like me being ashamed, I'm not really ashamed of anything I've done. I did whatever I did, and it is what it is. Like,
what about the people you hit with a car?
I'm not ashamed of that shit. That niggas deserved it.
Oh God!
I learned how to hit niggas without killing them. That shit. Like, so I was teaching bitches how to hit niggas. Like,
that's something you can be proud of. Tell the people.
Oh yeah, I'm proud as hell. Yeah, I hit niggas with cars, like,
and they didn't die.
And they didn't die, like, cause you know you gotta you can't just hit straight on. You gotta curve it a little bit so they go on the side of the car. You don't want to go. If they go under the car, they dead, and you going to jail. Like, but you just want to break an arm or a leg or something like that. Yeah, you just like hit a little bit. I told my mama that dent happened from the giraffe at Six Flags too in her car.
The giraffe at Six Flags. What, New Jersey Six Flags?
Right, Jersey Six Flags, right. I forgot y'all ain't got one here.
Right. So we got Six Flags over giraffe.
Not the safari.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right. So the giraffes and stuff is out. So when I hit nigga, I had told my mom because she found the dent later.
You hit a giraffe?
No, yeah, I told her the giraffe was leaning against her car because it was a dent on
your
the
mother ain't believe that shit. I want you to know.
That don't even sound.
No, listen, real shit. No, I really did. It really was a giraffe because you know you drive through the safari. It really was a giraffe. That's what made me think about it. They tried to get in the car like with his neck and shit. So I was like, oh, he was on top of the car.
Your mother ain't believe that shit.
Look, my mom believed anything, yo. My daddy believed them two glasses was just disappeared with the liquor in them. I mean, they appeared there accidentally.
Okay.
So they believe shit like
that's lit.
Now she know now,
right? But was your parents older?
I mean, I didn't have young parents, but they are. I mean, they almost 70 now. So I mean,
how old were they when you was in high school?
In their 40s.
My mom had me at 29.
What's 29 plus 12?
So that would be
She
40.
was like, she was past 40. She was probably about 50.
Okay, yeah.
Almost 50.
Because I find that, like, you know, my mother, you do the math and say
47.
she had me at 15. But I was born some days before her 15th birthday. So she was 14 pushing me out, but turned 15. So my mother was up on everything. But my friends, all of them had older parents and they could just do shit. My mother, you can't do none of that shit. My mother, and she'll say that shit. Oh, your friends got them old ass parents. You know what I'm saying?
I was never that child though that would just do shit either though. Like a lot of the stuff, that's the one thing I lied to my mom about. Everything else, like, you know, they called her when you cut school. Yeah, you've been cutting for 3 weeks straight. Yeah. Like, and I told her, yeah, they bullying me in school. I'm tired of having to fight. Bullying was not a big thing back then. You pretty much just had to fight that shit. You feel what I mean? Like, so I got tired of having to fight. I'm getting straight A's in school, and I gotta fight everybody. And then it got to a point where I really was, because you can know how to fight all day, but I took the L home in school, you know, from school. So like the L train is the train that's above ground. And everybody's waiting on the platform. People get pushed in front of that shit. You feel me? So, like, I did not want, especially up top, like, that's something you can look on YouTube all day about people. Nowadays, you see it. Back then, you ain't see it on YouTube or nothing. It wasn't on YouTube. You just know people got pushed. And a lot of times, it was seen as an accident. Not even that they were pushed. Because there wasn't cameras everywhere. So, like, yeah, I cut school. The fuck? Like, yeah. Stuff like that, I was just blatantly honest with her about. Like,
but that's a good reason though.
Did you hit that girl? Yes, I hit that girl. Like when because I got suspended a lot. Even though I was bullied, I fought. Like, I was probably the only bully person that fought like a motherfucker. Right. Like, but yeah, I mean.
So on the topic of that, I have a niece, and it's really my friend, but she's a sister to me, and she's basically saying that she wants to homeschool the kids because my niece is getting bullied. What is your opinion on that? Like, do you feel? In my opinion, I'm like, you can't keep her from that shit forever. Right. Let her go to school. She gonna have to fight the same way we had to fight. You know what I'm saying? Or she gonna have to learn the same way we had to learn. Because if you keep her away from it, eventually life gonna hit you no matter what. If people gonna bother you.
I see that as, I mean, yeah, we had to fight, but you gotta look too. Nowadays, it's not just fighting. So, that's where I see. Because I always said if I had kids, I would homeschool them and take them, meaning travel with them to show them the truth about what things are. I think that homeschooling like that is good, like doing, and not just sitting at home like you do in school. I feel like you have to really be out doing, you know what I mean? Like take them to Egypt, take them to different places. You just got, I think homeschooling requires more money and more time of your own. But I feel like in this environment, that might be the safest situation for something like that. Because even you can always socialize in other ways. You can always, because that's what school pretty much would be on that, to be able to socialize and know how to, deal with people. Okay, put her in dance school. You can put her in whatever, you know what I mean, to be able to like learn how to socialize other than school. Yeah. So that's my personal opinion with it.
I would say, all them chairs and books and shit in your classroom, you better pick something up. Because like if when you get out of school, it's gonna be somebody at your job or whatever you doing, it's gonna be somebody there who's fucking with you, and you got to stand up. So you're not running from this shit. You need to stand up. Now that'll be me.
Yeah, not running from it, but what I'm saying is like homeschooling right now. It depends on how bad the bullying is too. If it's just name calling, I got jumped for my first time in kindergarten. So like, wow. And I've had to. When I say I've had to fight all my motherfucking life, I've had to fight all my motherfucking life. You feel me? Like, so.
What they jumped you for in kindergarten?
Man, I was a little bitch. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was a little bitch. I wasn't like, I was a bitch. Like, I used to think I was grown. I used to carry my little whistle just like the AIDS. And when they blow their whistle, time for recess to be over, I blow mine too.
Oh, you was the boss.
I was one. I've always been the boss.
Okay.
Like me and my aunt used to argue about that. She'd be like, "You're not the boss of me." Yes, I am.
Okay.
Like so, like I always had that mentality. I just kind of turned it a little different as I got older, but and in teenage years, but as a kid, and I used to just I was real. They used to call me like Miss Hollywood, prim and proper. Like I was nothing like I'm a product of my environment at this point, but I was really nothing like what I am now, other than like dressing and just like into being cute. But like back then, I don't know. I just did not. I was not. First of all, I started school at 4. So I was in school with people 6. You know what I mean? Sometimes 7 years old, and you know what I mean? Put you in school right away. You feel me? Like, so I graduated at 17 with people who were 18 and 19.
Right.
So I was always a little bit more ahead, but also like I didn't like to wear pants. I wore dresses.
You was cute.
My mom used to take me to the playground and throw me in the mud with a dress on, a Jessica McClintock dress.
Wow.
Specifically, because she didn't want me to have because I used to think everything was dirty. She didn't want me to have a complex about things being dirty. Like I didn't want to use one of her friend's bathrooms because it was a black porcelain. Our whole house was black and white. Nice house now that I'm older, but to me it was dirty because to me black was dirty. Meaning this color black was dirty. She had a black porcelain toilet. And I wasn't like, oh, it's dirty. Cute. I was more on the, I'm not going to use it.
Right.
And my mom would ask, it's dirty. Like, I wasn't like rude or anything, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not using this lady's toilet. So
right.
I was just a different
You
person.
had a complex against the color.
Not even the color, like, yeah, the color, but not even saying I'm being black, but
right.
being just, I knew that dirt winds up looking this color.
Right.
So to me, it was like, this is dirty. I never seen a black toilet.
So you over here looking cute as fuck, and your mother is throwing you in mud.
Right.
Child.
That's why me and her got problems now.
Okay, traumatized.
Okay. Here's a guy. Like the guy you hit or whatever, and somebody, a guy you might have hit. Like, has he pretended to be cool with you, and then when y'all got back cool, and he got a chance to like beat your ass because you did something dirty to him?
No, one dude I hit actually because he did something dirty to me. He dropped me on my head. I was out for like an hour and a half. So that's
like when he hung you upside down, or he just like he threw you down.
To be honest, all I remember is the lifting up part. I don't remember nothing after that. Dang. But I remember it happened, and I remember when I got up, I was like, "Yo, walk with me outside." That nigga ain't think I was gonna do it. And that next day, he was like, "Man, my leg broke." I was like, "See,
that's crazy about you." Nah. Say the question again.
Like, a guy you might have did something to, he pretended to be cool, and then when y'all got back cool, he beat your ass because he wanted to get back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So the domestic violence guy, he had that in him anyway. Like, and I knew that from from the beginning. Like, basically, shit would get crazy. I'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm about to leave," and then he'd be like, getting everything perfect. Like, he'd be ready, be better, and then it's like it'll be right for some time, and then later on it just turned back into whatever the fuck it was. But the last time that I saw him, he was like, I'm like, "Yo, I just want to get the car, like, cause the car is in my name. Like, give me the car. I just want to get my shit and go, or whatever." And so he like, "Well, come on, like, pull up, like, you can come get the car, or whatever." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So my friends are so lit. First of all, we came back to Georgia from DC. We like on a weekend type trip or whatever. But when we got here, I'm talking about, it was niggas, they dropped me off. No, they got out the car when we got in the neighborhood. And then me and my sister, we make it to where my car is at, where he is at. He like, "Who the fuck is that? Why she with you?" or whatever. "I told you come by yourself." And I'm like, "Well, how the fuck I was gonna get here? I don't have no car." My niggas, I'm talking about, I had a nigga behind the, I didn't know though until shit hit the fan. But it was a nigga behind the building, a nigga behind this building. Like, everybody was just like in post waiting just in case something happened.
He did something.
Yeah. So that shit was lit for me. I'm like, I ain't had that shit the whole time I was going through shit or whatever. But when I got to the car, he like, yeah, I'm gonna give you the car, but like, just come chill with me. Like, come sit down. Trying to just finesse me into being back around. And I'm like, I couldn't even step in the car. My whole body started shaking. My eyes, I was crying, but I didn't look like, my face didn't look like I was about to cry. I looked straight like this. But my body inside was breaking down. So tears just started pouring down my face. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, cause he tried to touch me and then he stopped and he was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't want you to feel like this. Da, 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 da. But I was just like, I just want the car. Like, can I go? But more of the story, he ain't hit me or no shit like that. He just kept, he wanted me to be in a car with him and to chill with him. And because I didn't do that, I couldn't get the car at that point in time. He took that bitch and like went somewhere. I had to go through all of this shit. We had to steal that car.
That sound like my ex, what he did with the dog that he bought me.
Oh my God.
Like, he was holding the dog. My parents wound up paying him for my parents wound up paying him for the dog because he was like, they'll hold stuff hostage. Like,
yes,
especially abusive. Because that one was an abusive situation. Yeah, they'll hold stuff hostage.
They a mess.
Okay, the biggest hater move someone ever did to you or you did to somebody.
Hater?
Yeah.
I've never really done a hater move to nobody. But,
ooh. No, you go. I'm waiting on you. I was trying to think about it.
I've had like, people have hated on me, but not really. Like, it's kind of hard to do something to me to hate on me, just because I'm so spontaneous. Like, you never really gonna like know my next move unless I tell you. But at that time I'm doing it. But I mean, people have tried to hate. Like, one thing I noticed, like, just on social media platform, like, even with the gold nuts, I will get, like, you can get, like, 500 views, 100 views on something, and get 0 likes. That's a hater move, as far as I'm concerned. Like, if you literally looked at it, and certain things, it's like, okay, I can see if it's just me on there or whatever. You know, people might not like that or whatever. But if it's something that somebody is doing and it's actually something positive, and you also know this person can be negative, like, it can get that way, and you sit there and watch it.
Right.
Because I even get that with the scleroderma stuff. Like, when I'm sharing stuff about medical illness, like, I'll get 100 niggas to like something, but then when I talk about something with my illness, or I've had breakdowns online about my illness. You don't get a few likes of that. But when I post up on my little picture,
nothing that's sad, right?
Huh?
I'm saying you don't want to like nothing that's sad. Some people don't. People don't see some likes as support. A lot of times it's just like, if you like it, then that's when they like. You know what I'm saying?
True. I can see that too. Because some things I'll be like, should I like that or not? But you know what I mean, though. You could tell when it's like, okay, like the gold nuts. I just put this up on Facebook, not too long ago, on a video, and it got like 100 and something views and no likes. Like, the one person that shared it was my mom. You ain't even gotta share my shit, because be real, like, you gonna see it anyway. Exactly. Like, I'm getting people who I've fallen out with like stuff that they've seen on reels because they seeing it, you know what I mean, or they heard somebody talk about it or whatever. So now they're trying to, there's a little twist to that, because now they're trying to, like, they're seeing things, so now some people want to like things, but that's just to be a hater too. Yeah, that's another form of hating. You wouldn't have liked it if you ain't see that, you know what I mean, see it other than on my page. You've seen it in other places, so now you want to like it. And I'm using likes as, that's also a form of how people treat you in life. When it comes to that social media, like button is a form of how people really treat people in person. You know what I mean? Before social media even happened. So that, like, that's the hater thing that I could say when it comes to me. Like, people don't want you to win, even though they will say they want you to win. They really don't want to see you win. Like, they're happy. I got more likes on stuff when I was going through beef with my family. You feel me? Then
people love drama. People love drama, and I noticed that even with like my direct family. Like it'll be like I said the same shit. When I'm posting about my brand, I don't see y'all. When I'm posting about, good shit that I'm doing or whatever, I don't see y'all. But if I post about drama, or if I post, oh, we have an announcement, like, oh, she might be pregnant, or she might be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when people want to pay attention. But when I'm doing good, nobody's like, oh, let me share this shit. And I tell people, like, I tell my family to their face, because when they see me, they're like, I love you so much. I see everything that you're doing. I'm like, well, share it then.
That part.
Oh God, like I tell them straight to their face, like tell somebody about me then.
It make you mad though? Like
it's frustrating. It's frustrating because like to start a business and you really think, all right, my family fuck with me. Like my family, my friends, these people really fuck with me. So if I start a business, they gonna be quick to share my shit or, tell somebody about it because they fuck with me. But then when you got it going and they're not doing that and then you tell them to their face like, hey, can you share this? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, you really making that contact and it's not happening. It's like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, I thought you fucked with me. I thought you loved me. I really love you. Where the fuck is all of that energy when it comes to sharing my shit?
Right. They don't even take that energy.
Yeah.
Like, as much as it took you to say, I really love you. Like,
yeah.
This comedian, he posted something about that. He said he seen this guy and he was like, hey, man, you gonna come out and support? He said, nigga, ain't nobody about to make you rich, nigga. So
it's so lame.
They don't want you to like be bigger than what you are, so they don't want to support.
And a lot of people don't see you as what you're going to be. They see you as who you were.
Or
yeah.
Who you were in the past, yeah.
So that's like, oh no, that's just Kayla. Like my hating story is my cousin, my own cousin. I'm like, yo, I didn't even say, can you hook me up or nothing like that. I'm like, can you just give me the contacts to these people? They had back home, they had folks who own lounges. I'm like, look, I'm hosting events. Can you connect me with the person? You ain't even gotta say your name. Just give me the info or tell me who to go to. Cause I know y'all are doing stuff with them on a regular. I hit you. Oh, I'm gonna let you know. Oh, that's such and such people. Oh, I'm gonna let you know. Da-da. Never let me know nothing. But then we see each other at the family function and it's like, nah, bro, I don't fuck with you for real because you throwing me off. You make me feel like you don't want to see me win, but you want me to support what you got going on.
Cause I could DM people about like when I was doing a lot about like doing the open mics, and then it'll be the opposite. Like then they'll write me, hey man, support this video. They ain't even respond to me. Then they'll send you something like, hey, like and comment. You like, are you serious?
Right,
like
you're dead ass.
Yeah, they be dead ass serious. Like, hey man, support me. But that's how people,
And that's what
support me. I ain't supporting you type shit.
Yeah, I walk into everything just supporting. I give you everything out the gate. Like, what's up? You want me to repost it? I'm gonna repost it. You want me to tag you? I'm gonna tag you. Like everything you need. But then when it come to my shit, if you're not giving me that, then it's like, all right, bad. I don't feel bad when I don't support you. Because I already got it genuinely in me to support people. Like, I want everybody to win.
Yeah.
But most people ain't like that. Maybe like 1 out of 100 people is like, I support everybody. Like, I want you to be better than what you was. Like, very few people is like that. They want you to fall and be fucked up and
or
be doing
even
better
if they don't
than
want to see you doing bad, they don't want you to see you doing better. Even if, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily want to see you fall, but that your come up is weird for them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that about? Because if I come up and you fucking with me,
that means you come up. Like, they don't even be thinking that. Like,
nobody thinks that.
But you know what? That's because they don't think like that. That means that if they came up, you wouldn't come up with them.
Exactly.
So that's why they're not thinking like that.
But I done seen people who do get like on or do shit and they be like, I ain't fucking with you no more. Like some people do that. A lot of people
do that.
So
that's why it is kind of like, I know with me, like I done been done dirty so many times with different things, and people taking advantage of my kindness or whatever. I do hesitate now to, you know what I mean? Like, am I gonna break my neck to really support this person? And you don't know if they're gonna support you. You know what I mean? I kind of go off a vibe. So like, my spirit is telling me something. Like, just like I done gave a homeless person $20 when some homeless people ain't gonna give you a dime.
Yeah.
My spirit is telling me to do something. It's kind of like, all right, you know, I need to, you know,
I got to.
do it. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But if my spirit is kind of shaky on it, it's kind of like, I ain't even gonna break my neck. Like, cause obviously I'm gonna wind up getting mad at some point because I put my neck out for you, but yet, you know what I mean, do the same. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you teach loyalty, or does it have to be like envy?
Fuck no.
No.
Right? No. Fuck
You
no.
don't teach somebody to be loyal.
Not even a child?
Nah. Like, it's either in you or it's
Natural.
not. Yeah, it's either in you or it's not. Nah. I ain't never met nobody who learned how to be loyal. Like
yeah, and then they say like, yeah, I learned how to be loyal to such and such. No, like,
nah, nigga, because you'll still fold on them for something.
Right. Yep.
You know, fuck no. Loyalty, you born like that or you not. You cut that way or you ain't. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so do you believe women are like born freaks, or you feel like it's like learned behavior?
I think that's situational. Like, some women become freaks because of like rape and molestation and stuff like that. I know a few women who naturally have been like in their shells, but then this man takes their innocence and it's like, okay, well, I ain't gotta be innocent no more. You know, fuck it. It's already gone. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. And so, yeah, you get that freakness. It's freakness, but at the same time, that's their coping mechanism to take charge of their sexuality because it was taken. You feel me? So I think, yeah, it just depends on what their situation is. I ain't been raped and stuff, but a lot of people who I met who have, they end up just out there, kind of.
True. Or it can go the other way. Like, I had a cousin who had been raped and she was gay.
Yeah,
She went in at all. So, it can go both ways with that. I think some people are born freaks, though.
Yeah, like me.
Like, yeah. I feel like I was born one naturally, like, I just feel like some people just born. And I feel like if you are born one, it's like, I don't know, that's just a part of you. Like, that's just you. And it's not necessarily all the time either. Like, it does take the right person to even bring that freak out of somebody who was even born a freak. Like, yeah, like.
I mean, freak like filthy McNasty, like a woman who's trying to fuck everybody. Like,
oh, you mean freak like that?
Yeah.
I thought you meant you mean a hoe. Because when I say freak, I think somebody just like kinky shit, like into just like shit. Yeah, like weird, different shit.
Okay.
Might be weird to other people.
Because I'm not a hoe, but I'm freaky.
Right, that part.
I've had a whole stage. And I was freaky then too.
I think
I seen a video where this lady she said I got friends, and she said you can stop being a hoe for a little while, but you always get back to it. And she said I know my friends. She said that's how women are. So what y'all thoughts about that? Like if you a hoe and you pause it, you can't help but start back.
I know you can help it, but I feel like if you bring it out, like I ain't gonna hold you. Look, a bitch went from October until just this past weekend without some dick. You see what I'm saying? And then when I got it, the bitch was on. You see what I'm saying? Like shit, I just had to bring my hoe out a little bit. You feel me? To get what I wanted to get.
Can you handle it?
Yeah, that shit was great.
Okay.
Like, good, you know what I mean? But I feel like you can refrain from doing things, but you bring it out whenever you want to. That's the part about being a mature freak.
To be a mature hoe is to hone that shit in for who you fucking with.
Who you're fucking with.
Like, you're still gonna be a hoe, but they get the hoe shit.
Right.
Not necessarily you fucking everybody.
Right. And a hoe is who you fucking when you're fucking everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The freak is when you bringing that shit out. You know what I mean?
For that person.
For this person, or you could be a hoe-ass freak. You know what I mean? Like where you fucking 10 niggas and you freaking all them niggas like. It's different ways to put that. So yeah.
Okay, so have y'all ever told somebody you love them and you really didn't mean
Yeah.
And why did you fake it, like, so to speak?
Why did I fake it?
He fake like he loved you.
I'm a person. I'm a classy gangster, but I don't like hurting people's feelings. Like when it comes to like shit like that, like it's like
when they nice.
Yeah, like if you nice and you sweet, like I feel like I'm a person too. I take suicide very seriously. So like I watch what you tell certain people because you just never know what they're gonna go home and really or where their mindset is.
Cause I'm like some niggas be lying about suicide.
Even no, I'm not saying like no, I'm not saying a nigga has told me that because I told a nigga too, deuces like bye. But when it comes to like someone being nice to you and you like, there's no argument, there's no like he didn't say I'm gonna kill him and stuff, nothing. But just not knowing what somebody is like, like especially some of the dudes I've dealt with, they ain't never had nobody love them type shit. When it comes to like their mama and you know what I mean, like shit like that. So yeah, shit. I mean, I lied. Very point blank at times. Yeah, I lied.
Okay. Matter of fact, Kate, with the fake suicide, give me a story about a nigga like I'm gonna kill myself if you don't do this. Like
I'm crying. the what's the name? The nigga who I used to fight or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I just don't want to be here no more. I'm just like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I didn't want to be here no more when I was with you. So like, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Like, I had to convince myself to live. So I'm not about to convince you to live. But I be like, go ahead. Like, if it gets to the point where you're threatening me about killing yourself, you fucked up. Because I'm not a fucked up individual for you to have to threaten me like that. If we could be cool, we can be cool. But if you that's your only resort to try to keep me around, go die, my nigga. Right. You want me to drive you to the bridge?
Right. I ain't gonna be with you.
Nope, sure won't.
I had somebody I was talking to like for a few days, and they was like, "Yeah, that's the reason why I be wanting to kill myself." And I'm like, "This crazy motherfucker! I only know you a few days. I'm not even gonna respond to this.
Not like, a few days.
A few days.
Oh no!
I was like, "What?" I didn't even respond. Like that was just too much.
Damn.
Okay. Let me see where I'm gonna start it. Okay, a person that made you care, but then made you say never again.
Fuck that, right? Yeah. Okay. So I was talking to this dude who like this made me say I'll never go like backwards again. Meaning like talk to people I've talked to before.
Is they the same?
Pretty much like they the same person, but this had to do with. I don't know why I told y'all this before. The dude's breath, and I couldn't remember at first. Like I had went on a date with him 10 years ago. Couldn't remember what happened with the date because we was cool. Like, you know, he was still bringing me people to spend money with me in the street, stuff like that. So like we was still cool for those 10 years, but we only went on like that, you know, that one date or whatever. And I couldn't remember like with me having. Keep in mind, I've had like. Circulation issues. I've had a brain injury. I could not remember why I was not talking to this dude or why I stopped dating him. You know what I mean? Like, and then something had like he got back in my inbox, and this was recently. This was in I want to say September.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry, sir.
I don't give a fuck. You want? I'll say his name. Like for real, his name is Raymond P.A., okay? He was actually on divorce court. This is the thing. I'm also the person who, like, I try not to look at people's looks because he was not, like, the finest nigga I dealt with either. But I try to look at, like, how someone is towards me, especially being older, you know, that type of thing. So I was like, all right, well, let me see why I stopped talking to him, you know, because I could not remember for the life of me why. And when he came back around, it was like, I still couldn't figure out why, but he had showed me this mouthwash that I had never seen before, right? It had to be diluted. It's so strong. This shit got...
I'm crying.
So, like, he was like, yeah, you so when he showed me the shit, something was like triggered, but I still wasn't like, you know, girl, you know how people like try to like act the certain way for like, you know, maybe a week or two, and then the stuff starts to fall off. So he lost that mouthwash.
Oh my God.
When I tell you the breath reminded me of why I stopped dealing with him, I was like, yo, and then when I smelled it, I had brought up something was like, which no lie, I said, you know, I need to go to the dentist because I was afraid to go with COVID and, you know, things like that. Had somebody standing over you, shit like that. And he was like, yeah, I ain't had my teeth cleaned since 6th grade. I was like, well, that's wild. The fuck?
That makes sense.
I ain't gonna put the other stuff out there like that because that got to do with his folks. But yeah, I found out pretty much that shit goes through
Generations.
his generation. Not just the mouth, but just, you know. So.
Not
I
but
ain't
just,
going
you
to.
know, we don't.
And you know what? I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Like, when it comes to, I don't give a fuck. Like, I told the nigga, yo, your breath is the reason why I stopped dealing with you 10 years ago. Like, dude, what? No, I don't bite no tongue.
It's like, he gotta know.
Like, you got, first of all, how do you not know?
Okay. And
Like-
like mask, we know you didn't wear a mask.
I was like, yo, this shit don't make no sense. So I will never go back to talking to someone else again that I've already talked to, just because it's like, you may not remember why you stopped dealing with that person.
But you gonna find out.
You still gonna find out.
Oh God.
I had a homeboy. This is the one that prison, like when he
God.
would talk, it'd smell like somebody cleaned the chili.
Oh my God.
And he was in prison? They ain't fix his teeth?
Oh, I'm saying
No,
when
he
he
in
was
prison
out.
damn.
Oh.
But he used to fuck all the girls.
You like, how he doing
And
that?
no. I can tell you what that was too, probably.
What?
He was probably eating their ass and not really, you know what I mean, getting his proper cleanings and doing stuff like that too.
So his mouth smell like ass.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably
Oh
what
my
it
God,
was.
she like literal ass.
What's crazy is that I had smelled my dog's breath the other day. He went, yawned this shit. And I called my mom and said, yo, because I called dude Rolling Ray, right? So I was like, yo, I got a nickname for each one of my exes. Cuban Zirconia, his name was Diamond. This Rolling Ray. I was like, yo, Rolling Ray breath smell like squirt breath. That's my dog.
Oh my God.
She was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yes, that's exactly. He
What it's
reminded
giving.
me. Right, that's what it was giving me. Like, oh my
Squirt.
gosh. Squirt, yes.
Yeah, that was really it on the questions though. So I guess market your product and all this kind of stuff and what you got going on.
Yeah, we did that at the beginning. Gold nuts. You know, you can always get your classy gangster purse. And
I need
lipstick.
another bullet lipstick because I don't know where I sat mine. It's somewhere in my house, but I need another one.
All right,
You gotta buy it though.
Oh,
I am.
You gotta buy it.
I don't think I brought any with me, but yeah, just let me know what color you want and all that.
The red. It was the perfect color. What other colors you got?
I got burgundy.
Mm.
The color that I had on today, that's the Derringer though. It's a different style.
I saw that. You
It's
had
a
the
lip
brush.
liner. Oh, that's lip gloss. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
a lip liner and a color.
Mm.
And yeah, really, I'm promoting the Gold Nuts. Free that fool, Crip Curry, okay? He's the ambassador for Gold Nuts. So yeah, the Gold Nuts, the socks, the boxer briefs. We gonna come out with condoms eventually.
Yes. Can I be a part of that?
Yes.
I wanna be a part of
definitely,
that.
Yes, definitely. Yes. Yeah,
Gold
let's partner
Nuts.
with that.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm serious. So yeah, like y'all get y'all Gold Nuts. You know, you want to stay fresh for your lady, clean, especially if you know it's not just for. I'm not promoting cheating.
But if you do cheat,
But if you gonna cheat, you might as well keep everybody safe, not just with the condoms because condoms do not keep your balls and your dick healthy.
Thank you.
So yeah, get your Gold Nuts. You won't want to get it now before when Target gets it.
Okay.
Go up in price though.
And we're giving it to you only right now for $65.
$65.
Only right now. So if you're watching this,
and this is the whole set. Of course, you can buy everything individually. The whites, I can have it on my site for like $18.99. The spray is like I think like $13 or something like that. Like, and you can go buy individually each piece if you like.
If you don't want the box, but you might as well get everything for $60.
Right. Have your dudes smelling good, men. Even if you smell good already, real players, real gangsters, real bosses like to smell good from head to toe.
Okay.
So, be coming out. I am doing a Gold Nuts lip gloss. It's going to have like specks of gold in it, and I'm thinking about doing. Okay, don't want to do Henny because everybody has done the Henny lip gloss.
I was gonna say,
I
have
was
you
thinking
seen
about
that
doing
liquor?
1942 though. It needs to be a little more upscale than Henny.
Is that Remy?
What? 42?
No, that's
Julio.
1738.
1738. Yeah.
Okay.
1942 is Julio. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Or I mean, that's kind of expensive to be putting in lip gloss, but
have you
higher
seen
price.
the liquor that has the gold? It's called golden, like gold shocker or something like that. It has gold specks in it.
Oh, okay. So I didn't even think of that.
Real gold?
It's gold flakes. So
See, I want my
it's
flakes to
edible
be in this
because
shape.
you're gonna take shots of
Yeah,
it.
you can,
Oh, yeah,
they say
they're-
you can eat real gold.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it's soft. Yeah.
edible. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The edible gold. It goes on cakes too.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have edible glitter, so like it's
Yeah.
the different colors or whatever. Because I do lemonade, so like
Oh,
it'd
yeah,
be pretty.
Yeah, 2 Chainz was on some type of show where he was like, yeah, you can eat real gold because real gold is soft. But once you mix it with another metal, it makes it hard. But you can eat real gold.
And what the fuck? For what?
Yeah, it's no.
Right,
really
there's no
point.
nutrients
Just
or
on some
just
bullshit
say-
type of shit.
That's
say
some
I
rich
eat
people
gold.
shit.
Right. I eat gold.
I'm trying to eat some gold nuts.
Eat some gold nuts though. Look, until you can eat the gold, eat you some gold
Eat you
nuts.
some gold
Okay.
nuts.
That part.
Okay, any last words, Kay?
Yeah, I wanted to ask. Wait, what was my little question? Hold on, I had it pulled up. Who hypes you up? So like in this, it's hard. Like support me. So
That food Crip Curry was hyping me up. I ain't gonna hold you. But I kind of solo. I fuck with a lot of people, but I stay home a lot. Like unless somebody specifically asks me to come out like that, like I really don't come out. But hype me up. I got homegirls that people don't even know. Ain't got no IG, no Facebook. You feel me? Like real track queens type shit. Like they hype me up. I'll say that. Cause they hype me up with anything I do. Like they'll support it. Got a kids book that I'm working on. It's called Squirrel Barbie and the Flying Peacock. So I'm trying to do some promotion with that. I'm actually looking for an illustrator currently. I have a few people in mind, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. So on to the next, right. If I gotta get on there and do something on the computer, I will get it done.
Girl,
But this book will be published before the end of the year.
Well,
so yeah, I'm just really focused on the things I got going on. I also have an actual book that I've written that I years ago that I'm trying to put out too. So I'm trying to get a few things done in the next 2 years.
do you have a team?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I have a team somewhat. So that Food Crip Curry, ELO, BK Exotics, they have been helping me and supporting me a lot. I probably need to like get out more. But they've always invited me out and stuff. So I just don't like I have to pick what I put energy towards.
Yeah.
Because I will for real wind up in the hospital. So I just be kind of like, slowing down. I think I kind of, how they say people have like hard lives and it shows. Mine doesn't necessarily show, but I'm kind of drained.
Yeah.
Like the club scene, I was in the club every freaking night. So like that's something that I just don't even really get excited about anymore, even if it is to promote for my business.
Yeah.
So I don't have nobody really hype me up. My dogs hype me up. Macy Marilyn Monroe, okay. She follow Miss Macy May Sweet Potato Chews. My dog got her own business. She sells sweet potato chews, infused or not.
Come on, sweet potato chews.
Yes.
Infused for the dog?
Yes, ma'am.
With what?
CBD.
My
dog has seizures too, so like the THC actually does help.
So you got the melatonin drops for the dogs?
I don't have the melatonin drops for the dogs. I have she has trazodone.
I mean, because I don't know what
that's a pain. That's an actual pill.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, with the CBD, it's gonna calm you down or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
People give their kids melatonin all day now.
No, I haven't made any melatonin treats.
Okay.
But
the CBD
does the same thing.
Okay.
Right, exactly. It helps with seizures. And it's made with real sweet potatoes. So, and I actually do other dog treats and stuff too.
What kind of dog is your dog?
I have a husky. She's Siberian husky. She's 12% wolf though.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, she. And then I have a Shih Tzu Bichon mix.
And then to close out, so my thing about the team, how important do you think it is to have a team with what you're doing?
I think it's important with what I'm doing. I've dealt in the music industry too. Like I've dated a few people as well as my brother is in the industry, and I have done a few things in the industry. But and in that world, I do feel it's very important with what I'm doing. I think you need a team once you start to really get things going. Like I'm starting to really need a team. At first I didn't. It was better for me to work by myself because I didn't need other people's input on starting it. But not meaning personal input, not necessarily business input. But for what I got going on, like once I had, have everything going on, I feel like a team does help you, one, with the social media world. And then two, I mean, it takes a little bit off of you too, like you're a little bit more comfortable with things. That's why I say I know, like they be like, I'll do da. I'm like, I just gotta like really get on it because it is open to me.
Right.
We are supposed to be doing a fundraiser for that food quick curry. So we're trying. Myself and 2 Mil are in the works of trying to get something done for that. Well, it's a fundraiser to pay for like fees and to try to find whatever. I'm sure there's some type of loophole.
Yeah.
I mean, you let somebody out accidentally, so it has to be something that can be done.
The charges that he on right now is because he got out.
He got out accidentally.
I remember
and
that.
They let him out. He wasn't supposed to be out. But just like, you just let him out into society and then re-institutionalize someone. You know what I mean? Like
on no charges.
On the former charge, the older charge.
Jeopardy.
Exactly. So it's like they're trying to see what can be done.
Yeah.
But everything is about money. So
and who you know.
Right, and who you know, which most of the time has to do with money. So that's what we're trying to do now. But yeah, that the team is important.
Yeah.
I think I would be a lot further if I had a team, but I also feel like, because I could be going for investors, like I don't have any investors. I am now thinking about doing some offerings.
Look up SBA. They doing a lot for minorities and a lot for women right now.
Yeah, I know about the Small Business Association. I'm just kind of leery with my personal situation and doing anything with them. But
girl, forget your personal, put it under your business name.
No, yes, it's yeah.
Because I mean, I'm looking at that now. Especially this week is supposed to be like Small Business Week.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So they've been talking about it on the radio while I'm driving for Lyft.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, go do this. So I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So definitely look into that because there's a lot of grants and stuff that's out there to be got.
I'm gonna talk to you about that because I really I get overwhelmed with stuff too.
Me
so
too.
It's like I just be like, put me in the right direction and I'll pay them to do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like I just can't really do it myself.
Okay.
Like,
we can talk.
But yeah, we need to talk because I do want to. I just don't really know which route to go. And I know people who do grants and stuff like that, but it's like you just kind of, people have their jobs, people have their lives, you know what I mean? And I don't really like to mix that personal business stuff together. I just want some like business. So But yeah, that's it.
Okay, literally it's no pressure. I appreciate you coming, and we're gonna see y'all next week, man. We out.
I'm in the big seat, y'all. That's it.
Okay,